This is KEZI 9 News at 11.
Same-sex couples in Oregon are hopeful they'll be allowed to marry in the coming weeks. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Brian Richardson. This decision hinges on a case filed last year in federal court that could overturn Oregon's ban on gay marriage. Today, the judge heard attorneys' oral arguments in this case. KEZI 9 News reporter Sarah Hurwitz was in the courtroom as this case began. She's now live to break down those arguments and our top story here at 11. Sarah?
A swarm of people flooded the courtroom this afternoon as attorneys gave those oral arguments over an issue that they say infringes upon fundamental liberties.
Thank you.
An everyday gesture for a not-so-everyday occasion. Same-sex couples in Oregon say they're able to show their partners on a daily basis their commitment to each other, but they can't do the one thing they've wished for, get married.
We do believe that in a short time, we will be able to walk down the streets hand in hand, a married couple, just like so many other Oregonians.
Robert DUEHMIG and Bill GRIESAR already consider themselves a married couple of 26 years. They just don't have the paper to prove it. They, along with 3 other couples, filed a lawsuit last year to overturn Measure 36, which voters approved in 2004, banning same-sex marriage in the state of Oregon, an issue attorneys say is discriminating.
When people's rights are at stake and when the protections of the law are being denied, we want to bring relief to those families as soon as possible.
In court Wednesday afternoon, attorneys said the right to marry who you love is a fundamental life choice, and the government doesn't have the right to infringe upon citizens' intimate relationships. But Judge Michael McShane pressed attorneys, questioning if the right to marry who you love goes back to the Constitution or something that came about in the last 20 years. But opponents say there's a reason a traditional union between a man and a woman has been rooted in this country's traditions.
The reason societies have, across human history, have developed the institution of marriage is to provide a safe environment for the children that are the offspring of that man and a woman.
John Eastman with the National Organization for Marriage says they filed a lawsuit against lifting the ban because they think it would trump the definition of marriage.
We're deeply afraid that if we redefine marriage to be about something other than that, it will weaken the institutional bonds that marriage has already provided.
And what some say are necessary institutional bonds don't seem to matter for Robert and Bill's 13-year-old son.
He's more like dad because he works harder. Being more stereotypical here.
I see.
And he's more the mom because he does all the cooking.
The couple says they're not asking for others to change their lifestyles. They just want a chance to feel recognized.
We're not asking for them to change their religious beliefs. We're just asking for us to be allowed to live equally in our civil society just like they do.
And Judge Michael McShane, the judge presiding over the case, where will hear a second round of oral arguments on May 14th from the National Organization for Marriage, the day he may make his final ruling. Live in Eugene, Sarah Hurwitz, KEZI 9 News.